This week's Ride of the Week comes from Texas. Chris Howenstein owns a 2012 Coyote Mustang with long tube headers, off-road X-pipe, 373 gears, cold air intake, a Boss 302 manifold. It is tuned on E85 at 480 rear wheel horsepower. If you would like your ride featured as Ride of the Week, send some high-quality photos to JeastRacing@gmail.com. If you have already sent photos, you are still entered to be Ride of the Week.
What's going on, guys? It was the second episode of Memphis Street Outlaws last night, and I want to get a video up talking about a few things, and I also want to kind of evolve the video into a few things involving OKC and NOLA, so stick around and we'll talk about it all. My shirt's first link in the description. Stick around and I hope you enjoy the video. The first thing that I want to say about last night's JJ the Boss Memphis Street Outlaws show, episode, whatever, is JJ sat there. I never thought I'd see it. I have said it so many times that if someone is racing against Memphis, if they would sit there, they would win. And JJ sat there on the guy. And I thought something had happened to the truck, to be honest with you. You know, Midget, the car tore up on Midget earlier, Heifer did, and I thought something happened to the truck. And then you see everybody running around giving him 5 and all that. I was proud of him. The guy did leave before the arms even went up, so, you know, I don't know. I was very surprised to see that happen. The next thing I want to talk about is the guy who raced Precious. I want to say it was a newer model Camaro, maybe. I can't remember. But if you noticed, when Precious rolled in, you know, she had pre-staged and, you know, JJ pulled her in. When he went to pulling in the other guy, he had zero clue how to stage. JJ just kept bringing, which it was a turbo car, and, you know, when you're bumping a turbo car, the tires will, a lot of times they'll move, but the car's not actually even really moving. The tires are spinning so fast it's just breaking them loose. But he kept on, and the guy just gave him a thumbs up like, I'm ready. He had zero clue how to stage the car, and that would have been something that would have been called out in the OKC real fast. It is what it is. Precious won anyway, so off with your head, according to what she said. One more thing that I want to say about Memphis's episode last night, and you know, this is something that happens a lot in the OKC. And Jamie Ott's with a killer cab, and several of the background shots, you can see that car's there. And, you know, this goes along with a lot of the OKC stuff. You get 6 or 7 races a night on air, generally, and there's 25 cars there. You know, Jamie Ott did not drag that car out there for those 40 people to look at it. He brought it out there to race. You cannot convince me he did not race that car, you know, and to me, that's one of the fastest, you know, best looking and well-known cars that group has. So why couldn't he get a race? Why wasn't he, you know, front and center, main stage, whatever you want to call it, in the episode? I don't get it. I don't know if he's just not a big trash talker, a big, you know, confrontational, someone that they look for to put, you know, give him more airtime, so to speak. I remember on the Chief and Sean show, Doc was on there, and he was talking about that, you know, if you don't, you know, trash talk and create controversy, you don't get much, you know, screen time. So, you know, I don't know if that's the situation or what, but that car is beautiful. That car is fast, and that car, there's a lot of money in that car. As far as cars in the Memphis Street Outlaws, that's probably one of the most expensive cars to build that there is. And a lot of people like it. I like it. It's a fast car. It's a good-looking car, and I want to know why cars like that are there and you don't see them race on the show. Something I'll never understand. All right, with that being behind us, I want to kind of roll into OKC. And one thing I want to say is Chief and Sean are at SEMA this week. I almost went to SEMA. I didn't. a lot of things has changed in my life, which I will reveal to you as a family very soon. Another thing, the team that I coach made it to the playoffs, so we're going to the playoffs, guys. Got 2 more weeks. If we make it that far, that means we won a ring. So, think about us in your prayers. I would love to see these kids get a ring, and we have the team to do it. So that's one reason why I am not in Vegas right now. Second thing is, and it's kind of comparing OKC to Memphis. And I've kind of done this a time or two, and I've never done it at length. And I kind of want to break down a little bit more about it. And, the differences in the show, the cars, and why it is what it is. JJ is a backwoods, run with your brung, arm drop type cat, and old school, I guess is the best way to say it. And, you look at how long Street Outlaws OKC has been airing. You look at everything to do with the cars and everything, but even when they started, their cars, or a lot of them anyway, was better than what Memphis has now. And do you think that Memphis will ever evolve their cars into the type of cars that you're seeing on OKC right now? And I'm not, each one of them cars had over $1 million spent on them over time. I'm just talking about if you sat down and just built one right now, I guarantee you could build 2 of what most of the guys on Memphis have for what you got in one of the cars on, the top 10 list right now in the OKC. And, you don't have any turbo, you don't have any Pro Charge, no boosted cars are in the family, so to speak, in the OKC. In Memphis, it's all nitrous, and it's cheap, it's easy, fast. It's easier to spend $100 a week than it is to spend $10,000 at once. And, when I say that, I mean it's easier to go fill a $100 bottle than it is to, spend $10,000 on a turbo at one time. And, the learning curves and all that, it's, reliable speed when it comes out of a turbo, but nitrous is just boom, set you back, and you can slide a piston in. Sliding pistons in is old school. All these guys know how to do it. Like JJ said, he likes to have a knob that he turns to turn up the power in the car. He don't like to have to go into a laptop and stuff. You've seen what he done to Midget when he tried to put a tune in Hafer. It just died. This guy's so old school and all that, but the reason for all this rambling is, is that going to hurt them in the long run? What do you think? Do you think their inability to be able to, evolve these cars is going to hurt them? Like Chief. When Chief's car came on to the show, I know the car was nitrous a long time ago. I'm talking when the car come on the show, it was twin turbo, and all that has done is evolve. There's more electronics and brain and computer in his car as there is a brand new car that rode off the showroom floor. It's just it's a lot lighter, but there the computer it's fuel injected. It's actually got 16 injectors in it where a regular car's got 8. There's so much difference in the cars and stuff, but do you think that it will ever evolve into what the OKC is? They tried it with NOLA. The problem with NOLA is they was not street racers. I don't feel like Memphis will ever have as many seasons as the OKC, but I do feel like they cannot make some of the dumb mistakes that OKC has had and go further than they would if they just keep running it like they're running it. I had a lot of comments and a lot of emails saying that they hadn't thought about it like this, but, if they don't race each other, they're not going to have enough people that will come down and have a 12-episode season twice a year like the OKC does. There's not that many cars that can come down just over and over to race. There's a lot of people, you know, they put a bullseye on their back, and there's a lot of people that want to do it, but it's not that easy to do it over and over. That is why there was such a big gap in season 1 and season 2. But, you know, put that behind us. And, you know, something else I want to say about the OKC is I get a lot of questions about them, and I have talked to, you know, some of them and some of them distantly, and, you know, they are all upgrading. They are all getting faster. Doc's car just, you know, got, you know, new skins and all that. You know, everybody is secretly doing something. There's a lot of small tire off-camera action going on that they are all involved in. Most of the guys on there have a small tire car, and if they don't, they still know how to put small tires on their car and will go out and run with them. A lot of them still have, you know, radiator, alternator cars that they can actually drive somewhere and go race, and not the ones that you've seen on the Daily Driver race. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on in the 405 that would probably get them more publicity and more of a following that can relate to them on a one-on-one level if they would bring more of that type stuff to what we see on television. I fully believe that. And I'm not talking about the, you know, when they cleared out HPP Tuning's garage or stable or whatever and, you know, borrowed cars and had a Daily Driver race. I'm talking about their actual Daily Driver stuff. There's just so much possibilities and so much money that they are not capitalizing on that would be fun, that would be, you know, something they enjoy, something that is real to them, and it wouldn't be the controversial, you know, I want 20% of the gate money to show up at a no-prep race type situation. It would be a, let's roll out here, you know, 5 blocks down the road and get it on, and take 5 or 6 of those nights, put it together, and make an episode. It's very simple, man. You can go to some of 1320's old videos and watch some of this stuff when it was taking place back in the day, man. It is, you know, millions and millions of views on YouTube, and there's people there. I mean, it's awesome, and that's the type of stuff that we can relate to, that we want to see, and that is kind of where JJ's falling in, but it's still not what a lot of us can relate to. But there's all my questions. You know, go through there and find some that you want to answer, that you want to talk about. Drop them in the comments. You know, like I said, merch link is in the description. I'm going to give $50 away. All you got to do is when you order a shirt, leave your email address, and the ride of the week, I want to do a ride of the week every week. If you have entered a ride of the week already and you have not been on the channel, that does not mean that you do have to send it again. You're still, you know, your car's still in there to be in the ride of the week. Anytime you submit a ride for ride of the week, I need your mailing address also in the email that you send. Anything you want me to know, say, do, you know, anything like that, send me an email, JeastRacing@gmail.com. My P.O. box is also on the screen. Every so often, I like to take everything that I got from my P.O. box, open it in a live video, and give something away. $50, may give a t-shirt, and $50, may give some stickers, whatever. But give some stuff away. So that P.O. box is on the screen. If you want to send something to it, you have not lost your chance for $50. I want to continuously give stuff away on this channel because, you know, financially, by you watching this, you're helping me, so I want to help you back as much as I can. Right now, I've gave away 3 or 4 giveaways. Also, when I hit 50,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $500. I don't know how I'm going to do it. If it's going to be 500 to 1, I'm going to break it up, do whatever, but 50,000, 500. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. I know it jumped around and went a lot of different places, a lot of different ways, but, you know, I had a lot to say, and I didn't want to make 2 or 3 different videos. I wanted to pack it all in one, and I want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Godspeed, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey!
Swear to God, I'm putting that in there.
You know it.
I swear to God.
No.